Well, I think I have a pretty, from someone who's not a part of the culture, I think I have a pretty solid understanding of the Asian community in Denver. I will start by saying I actually lived overseas in Korea for 2 years. My mom served in the armed forces, so I lived in Seoul, Korea. So I have personal connection because I lived overseas and really have a better understanding of culture because of the culture I grew up in. And being able to grow up in a place like Seoul was eye-opening for a young person, especially, being able to see and experience and live with cultures that are seem very different than mine, but quite frankly, we have a lot in common. In Denver, and in this race, I think I'm the only mayoral candidate with an Asian outreach director and someone who was a small business owner within the Asian community. And having that direct experience on the campaign has really helped us to go deep into community, understand what community needs from the next mayor. And I look forward to working arm in arm with leaders within the Asian community to move Denver forward. And, I think one is making sure that we have that liaison to the community directly to the mayor, and ensure that there is someone who is an active member of the Asian community in my office that can be a direct liaison to the community and to the administration. But additionally, I think it's important that the mayor is visible and available at events across the city. I, had a great time at a few of the Lunar New Year events this past year. Alongside of so many other celebrations, but also times of action. It's been really clear to me that Asian hate continues to spread in our communities and that the community doesn't feel safe or protected by this administration. And it'll be a priority of mine to make sure that they are. Yeah, well, I was actually at that event. And so, I was there listening. For me, we've got to have a liaison to the mayor's office and also to law enforcement. But what I heard a lot about from community was that law enforcement doesn't feel safe to them necessarily either, because the cultures feel so different that they feel like their actions are misinterpreted by law enforcement, or that they're not taken seriously when a crime has been reported. And so for me, it's making sure that we have a lot more representation of Asian folks in the administration and in the police department, and as a liaison as we're reporting these crimes, and that they're taken seriously, and that there's a true understanding of how there are differences in the culture, but also how, as a community, we need to step up and support each other. And then additionally, I think we have to really look at our small businesses and make sure that they are not targeted for crime, because people might know that they're less likely to report because they feel unsafe. That should never happen. People should not feel like they can't report being victims of crime simply because they feel that they are unsafe reporting to law enforcement, or that their kids will be unsafe or anything like that. And so for me, it's really about making sure that there's an open line of communication and then providing the resources and the protection that they need. Absolutely. And I also look forward to celebrating with you in person.